what life was like in America in the 1970s. Before we do get into this, I appreciate if you guys can subscribe button. Let's check out the 1970s.
Oh, the 70s. What a decade to be alive in. This was a time when cars, music, clothes, and everything was different.
Right.
If you were alive back then you got to experience life as it really was. We were fortunate that we did most of our idiotic things long before the internet.
Okay.
There was never any fear
so they can't be captured.
of someone recording us and then seconds later uploading it to share with the world.
True. Yo, life would be so... Well, it would have been different back then. But you guys got to explain it to me in the comments, bro. Because when you think about it, like, you know you could go out and do things and you know it's not going to go anywhere else other than, like, the people that was there seeing it. You know what I'm saying?
Technology in the 70s was relatively simple. Many kids had a close and play record player along with some 45 records to play.
Is that true?
Polaroid cameras were another cool item to have.
They're cool now, to be fair.
You did not have to wait 2 weeks to see your photos. The photograph magically appeared after 60 seconds of anticipation.
Yo!
And remember the
Yo, you know what? Polaroids, when did they come back? Because I feel like so many people are getting them now. Especially like kids are loving them.
Sonic AM/FM wrist radio? It
What
made
is that?
listening to music fashionable.
What? Wait,
If
you
you
pull out your
wanted to
wrist as
speak
radio?
to someone, you either picked up the rotary phone and gave them a call, or you went over to their house.
Okay.
You certainly didn't have Facebook or Instagram to hide behind. If the person you wanted to speak with was away, then you wrote them a letter. Back then, it was...
You know what? I don't think I've ever wrote anyone a letter, ever. Ever. And, like, sent it to them, bro.
very common to have a pen pal or two.
What's a pen pal? What,
A
somebody just write to?
1970s summer weekend might consist of a family drive to your local ice cream shop for a tasty treat. On the way, you would listen to the radio, or if you were really lucky, your dad had an 8-track player, which seemed to always have Elvis or Johnny Cash playing.
Wait, is that a cassette? Well, I know for a fact they definitely didn't have Spotify. This is a cassette player, right? An 8-track? I've never heard of 8-track player.
Playing. No one ever argued over whose Spotify playlist would be heard. If it was a warm Sunday afternoon, then it was the perfect time for some family fun washing the car in the driveway. Cars were bigger back then and they had a whole lot of chrome, so it really did involve the whole family.
Oh, really?
Minus mom, that is.
What was mom doing?
Toys in the 70s had an element of danger, and that was okay. Parents didn't sue the manufacturer, but it did teach you how to be careful and think about what you were doing.
Wait, are you telling me you guys, for anyone that was a kid in the 1970s, you had mouse traps as toys? Huh?
Doing. Especially with the possibility of burns from the Easy Bake Oven, Shrinky Dinks, or a wood burning kit.
What?
Even lawn darts and clackers had the possibility of sending something sharp inside you.
Hey, this does not look safe, bro. You're gonna give it, you're giving kids pretty much darts? That looks pointy. Yo, you guys was different in 1970s, man. I'm telling you, tougher.
Inside you. We had a lot of choices when it came to toys and board games.
What's that? Knockout.
But most of the time, kids were playing outside.
I had one of them.
In fact, our parents wanted it that way. It was the only time when they could enjoy some peace and quiet, or maybe get something done around the house.
Right.
People didn't have cell phones or apps to track where their kids were, so it was okay.
You know what? Times are crazy now, bro. You got 2-year-olds on the phone just flicking away. You know what I'm saying? Little kids just on the phone. I don't even know how to use it, bro.
Hey, if parents had no clue where their kids were. It was very common for kids to be gone all day and then come home when the street lights came on.
They won't even do that now.
Remember when the 10 o'clock news came on?
No.
They would give out a reminder to parents in case they forgot to check on their kids. It's 10 o'clock.
Wait, is that actually a thing? 10 p.m. reminder. Yo, when I was allowed out, I wasn't even allowed out till 10 p.m., bro. 10 p.m. reminder. Do you know where your children are?
Clock. Do you know where your kids are?
Yo. That's
When we
bad.
played outside, we fearlessly climbed trees, jumped over fences, explored, and made secret hideouts in poorly constructed tree houses
even
or
do
out
that
in the
now?
woods. It was all about getting out of the house and having fun.
Do you know what's crazy? Like, for me, I kind of experienced, like, my childhood was half and half. So, like, the first half, I went out, I knocked on my friends' doors to see if they're coming out, etc. I didn't have a phone and stuff. And then I had a phone and started gaming, and I didn't go out, right? But what I'm saying is, right, is when I think about it, I can't remember the last time I seen a bunch of kids just, like, running around the estate, the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like, playing. I can't remember the last time I've seen that. Do kids do that now? Or is that just like God? That's just fully God.
We never had play dates back in the 70s. We
What's
just
play
went
dates?
outside and played.
Okay.
Eventually, other kids from the neighborhood would join in on the fun.
Right, when you see your
It could
friends
be
out.
anything from hide and seek, tag, hopscotch, jump rope, or playing catch. Of course, having a bike was very important as a kid.
Right, yeah.
It meant a little more freedom and it could take you places further away. But what
This
kid
sounds
didn't
dangerous.
love a little danger? We all enjoyed a good challenge from time to time and never backed down from it.
Okay.
How many trash cans or people could we jump over?
Mad.
I don't know, but let's find out.
You did that?
If you made it further than anyone else, it made quite an impression. If someone landed on the kid at the end, it made a good impression too.
What?
Just not the way that you expected.
Yo. I've seen this picture before. I find it so funny, bro. Look at this, man. Look at this. How are they? And the dad here just don't care, bro. He's just watching. This is so dangerous, man.
Someone was going to be a winner and someone was going to be a loser, and
Right.
that was okay. We would experience these ups and downs in our neighborhood and in sports.
Okay.
At some point, we all knew someone in a cast, and parents were never judged for not protecting their kids. And again, no lawsuits if you got hurt on someone else's property either.
Yo, bro. If you, like, I actually can believe that now. Like, if you see a kid in a cast now, yo, I bet people look at the parents thinking, bad parents. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, like, back then, it was like kids being kids, man.
Childproofing in those days really only meant moving the ashtray off of the coffee table. Everything else seemed fair game. If we were ever confused on how we felt, we just turned to the old trusty mood ring.
What's that?
Silly putty was how we shared our favorite comics or memes.
Okay.
We learned how to entertain ourselves even if we just had some sticks and we could...
Why does that look like chewing gum on a comic? How is that how you share your comics?
We learned how to entertain ourselves even if we just had some sticks and we could make a game out of anything.
Right.
Using our imagination was just part of the learning experience. When it was hot outside, there was
Right.
nothing better than a refreshing garden hose.
Yo, I've seen this before and it still blows my mind, bro. Like, yo, how did people, I don't know anyone has ever drank from a garden hose. Surely that's gonna make you ill.
A refreshing garden hose. Of course, don't forget to let it run a while or the water was going to be too hot.
Man,
But if we were really lucky, then we might have some Kool-Aid or Tang.
if you're
If it
lucky.
was good enough for the astronauts, then it was certainly good enough for us.
Fair enough.
Sugar cereals such as Fruit Loops or Captain Crunch was a breakfast that we preferred. Well, unless you had some Pop-Tarts, I guess. You could grab that and head out the door to play with your friends.
You know what? Pop-Tarts have never really made it big in the UK. Like, I think some stores might sell them. But, like, you don't really hear or see people having Pop-Tarts. Are they
Cheese
good?
Whiz became the fun snack that you and your friends or siblings would see how much you could stuff into your mouth.
What is that?
Swanson TV dinners were an occasional treat so that your mom did not have to cook. It was
I would get
extra
them
special
loads.
when the TV trays came out. That meant that something was coming on television and no one wanted to miss it.
Okay. Interesting.
Nutrition over the years has changed a lot. We weren't trying to eat unhealthy, but we did the best with what we had.
Right.
The crazy thing was that people seemed to be thinner, and perhaps because they were outside and more active.
Do you reckon that's because there wasn't much fast food? Like, obviously, there was definitely junk food out and about in the 1970s, but probably not as much. Well, definitely not as much. Is that probably why? Or do you reckon it's because people was more active?
We did not have kids with peanut allergies or strawberry allergies, so sandwiches made with these ingredients were very popular at school.
Wait, that don't make sense. How in the 1970s you didn't have kids with peanut allergies, but now we do? How would it just come about now? Would it always be a thing? I'm confused. That don't make sense.
Strawberry allergies, so sandwiches made with these ingredients were very popular at school.
That don't make sense.
No one ever seemed to be on gluten-free, dairy-free, GMO-free, fat-free, or sugar-free diets. Just pack whatever you wanted inside that metal lunchbox and call it good.
Wait, I'm confused, bro. Are we living in a simulation? Or have all these, like... Oh, what do you call them? Illnesses? Allergic reactions just come out of nowhere. Or illness, or whatever you want to call it. You know what? You know where I'm going with this, right? So, like, peanut allergies, gluten-free, all that, right? Is that just came out of nowhere? Like, we just made it up in the past few years? I don't get it. Why did people not have it back then?
Just pack whatever you wanted inside that metal lunchbox and call it good. Whatever was in there wasn't going to go bad in there for a few hours, and that was without ice packs like kids use today.
Wait, do kids actually use ice packs today?
Secondhand smoke in the 1970s was something that we all experienced whether someone smoked in your house or not.
Right.
It was going to be everywhere else, and I do mean everywhere. As kids, we all had things that mimic adults and their addictions. We had bubble-blowing pipes.
Oh my God, that just reminded me. I used to love... Oh, this is bad. Why would they even do this? Right? But back in the day, like when I was a kid, we could buy like a packet of chocolate cigarettes. And I loved them. And I think when I was a kid, I loved them kind of because it made me cool. I don't smoke now, right? So, and I never really smoked an actual cigarette. So like, but when I was a kid, maybe because I was seeing my parents smoke them, I don't know. But it just made me feel cool. You know what I'm saying?
Pipes, bubblegum cigars, candy cigarettes, Fun Dip, and even Pixie Sticks.
I think I think they're these or similar to these.
For us kids, it was really all about getting more sugar. And who didn't want the candy bracelets or necklace? That was great when you were playing outside with your friends.
I wanted them.
We did not worry about germs at all, and instead we offered them a bite from it. Many of the grammar lessons we learned came from the animated Schoolhouse Rocks. Conjunction junction, what's your function? Encyclopedias were our Google for the time period.
Okay.
No one was looking up anything fast with those. We may not have had the internet, Facebook, or Netflix, but we did have the next best thing.
Yo, bro, life without Netflix. I can't even imagine life without Netflix no more. Or should I say like the extra, what services? You know what I mean? Like just standard TV, bro. I can't remember the last time I watched standard TV. I really can't. It's been probably a good 10 years, dude. I don't even know what the channels are called anymore. Bro, I haven't used it in ages.
May not have had the internet, Facebook, or Netflix, but we did have the next best thing. The picture view masters could take us to far off places that we had never seen and might not ever go.
Huh?
Our tablets weren't high tech, but we did have hours of fun drawing endless images on the Etch-a-Sketch.
They're cool. They was good.
After a hard day of playing outside, we would come in and relax a little in the tub with Mr. Bubbles. Television programming went off the air at night, and with no cell phones or computers, it was much easier to get a full night's sleep.
Yo, no distractions.
It really is amazing to think about what all we did without helmets, seat belts, or cell phones. Heck, even our mothers were smoking and drinking while they were pregnant with.
Yo, oh my, that's mad. Yo, you guys would be able to remember more than me. But like, yo, I cannot imagine a world without like the technology we have now. Bro, like what would people do? Like no one never went outside. You got nothing to do indoors. Now it's the opposite, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now you got everything to do indoors.
Yet somehow many of us survived. Generally speaking, the
Sure.
younger generation seemed to suffer from more anxiety than we or our parents did.
Okay.
Now there are more weight issues, body issues, and various other health issues than we had ever experienced in the 70s.
Yo, something don't add up here. There's a current theme with this video, bro. Something isn't adding up. From what I'm getting from this video, right, is like the 1970s, all the dangerous things happened. Like, even like smoking around kids, etc. All this, all that, like all nuts going into school, etc. Right? And what I'm taking from this, right, is we've made the world safer. So don't smoke around kids. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. We made it safer now, but now people have more issues. Making me sense, because I'm confused, bro.
Much of this new kind of shaming or needing to have some issues seems to come from television or the internet. We were less exposed to all of that in the 1970s. Did you ever hear of a kid being diagnosed with ADD or ADHD? Perhaps we all just need to be outside more and enjoy each other's company in person without all the distractions.
Bro, there was a kid in my school, in primary school, which is ages between 3 to 10, I think. And the kid that had ADHD, he had like a really bad ADHD. Bro, he was just constantly running around. Like, he would not, like, I don't know how. Like, credit to the teachers for coping. Like, because he was one of my friends and we'd play football and all this and that. Bro, and I was tired from just like spending half an hour with him. You know what I'm saying? Bro, he was just constant, man. He never turned off. Never turned off.
So are our kids better off today than we were? All I know is I wouldn't trade my childhood for all the likes on Facebook. Some things are irreplaceable, and the memories of the 70s will always be something I cherish.
Interested.
What do you remember most about the 1970s?
Yo, I wasn't around during then, but yo, I would love to know what you guys think to your childhood, especially if you experienced it in the 1970s, 1980s, you know what I'm saying? And then if you got kids and you see theirs childhood, try and compare them in the comments, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what you guys think to yours after seeing how kids are now, right? Would you change it? Would you prefer, you know what I mean? Would you not change it? Did you definitely like enjoy your childhood? Very good video. Enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I'm live every single day on twitch.tv/L3WG. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.